Hey T-Squad, it's your girl Kirsty and welcome back to Dropping the Tea. Today's episode covers a case so shocking and heartbreaking, it's left a whole community stunned and a baby girl without her entire immediate family. What started with a child being abandoned in a stranger's front yard has unfolded into a major homicide investigation in Tennessee. 4 bodies, 1 infant, and a growing list of unanswered questions. Let's break it all down together. This is the story of a devastating crime that's still unfolding, and the search for the person or people responsible. It began on a Tuesday afternoon in a quiet area of Dyer County, Tennessee. Around 3 o'clock, someone driving either a dark-colored van or a white SUV pulled up to a house near Old Highway 20. They got out, placed a baby just 7 months old in a car seat on the lawn, and drove away. That child was left alone in the sweltering heat. Thankfully, a passerby saw her, realized something wasn't right, and called for help. Paramedics rushed the little girl to the hospital. Despite the heat index being over 110 degrees, she was okay. By that evening, authorities had identified the baby and were urgently trying to locate 3 people connected to her: her parents, Matthew Wilson and Adriana Williams, and her grandmother, Courtney Rose. At the time, officers just wanted to speak with them. They weren't calling them suspects, but that would soon change. Later that same night, just before 11, over in nearby Lake County, deputies responded to a call along Carrington Road. It's a quiet stretch near Reelfoot Lake, and what they found there would change everything. 4 bodies were discovered at the scene. As investigators from both Dyer and Lake County worked the cases together, the link became clear. The abandoned baby wasn't just part of one mystery, she was now at the center of a tragic family massacre. The next day, authorities confirmed the identities of the 4 deceased. Matthew Wilson, the baby's 21-year-old father. Adriana Williams, her 20-year-old mother. Courtney Rose, her 38-year-old grandmother. And Braden Williams, just 15 years old, the baby's uncle. All 4 were members of the same family. And all of them were murdered. This baby girl was now alone in the world. Law enforcement immediately launched a multi-agency investigation. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation took the lead, with support from the FBI, Dyer County deputies, and Lake County officers. Sheriff Jeff Box from Dyer County expressed heartbreak over the situation, saying it was a deeply saddening day for the community. Sheriff Brian Avery of Lake County echoed those sentiments and urged the public to stay alert. The TBI officially labeled the case a homicide and made it clear the suspect or suspects were still out there. They asked for help from the public and set up a tip line. Their message was urgent. If you know anything, come forward. At this stage, no arrests have been made, no names of suspects have been released, but the vehicle seen dropping off the baby remains a major clue. Whether it was the dark van or the white SUV, identifying the driver could be the key to unlocking what really happened that day. As for the cause of death, officials haven't shared those details yet. Whether the victims were shot, stabbed, or killed another way, that information has been kept under wraps, likely to preserve the integrity of the investigation. Now let's talk about the one light in this dark story, the baby. She's alive, she's okay, and she's safe. After being examined at the hospital, she was handed over to Child Protective Services. Given the loss of her entire immediate family, it's expected she'll remain in state care unless extended relatives are located and step forward. Authorities have not released her name, likely to protect her privacy. But we know she survived, and that's something. The public's response to this case has been strong. People across Tennessee and beyond are devastated. There's shock, there's grief, and most of all, there's a desire for justice, not just for the victims, but for the little girl left behind. Residents in both counties have called this one of the worst crimes they've ever seen. People who lived near where the baby was dropped off or where the bodies were found have described it as horrifying and surreal. Local churches and support groups are already talking about how they can help. Whether it's support for the child or simply showing solidarity, the community is coming together in grief and outrage. T-Squad. This is one of those stories that leaves you speechless. A baby left in a yard, a family wiped out, and still no suspect in custody. Law enforcement is working around the clock, but until someone is held accountable, this case remains wide open. So, if you live in Tennessee or anywhere nearby, and you know something even the smallest detail, reach out. Call 1-800-TBI-FIND. That baby deserves answers. That family deserves justice. We'll be watching this story closely and we'll bring you any major updates as they come in. Thanks for listening to Dropping the Tea. I'm Kirsty, and I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, hold your loved ones tight and stay safe out there. And most importantly, keep sipping that tea.